What up, YouTube? Today's gonna be short. It's gonna be really short, actually. I just want to share something I read yesterday, actually. It's actually touching more into the video that I made about the imagination, and it's like being willing to do stuff and wanting to do stuff is a big difference than just like I want to do it. It's you have to know your definitions because it's like it's type of logical statement that you put inside your mind. Like with logic, if you think willing and wanting is the same thing, or if you think a definition is the same thing, you really don't have like you only have a surface of what it means. Like willing and want is like going towards something. You know what I'm saying? But when you're willing, no matter what blocks you or whatever situation, you're still gonna do it because you're willing, even if you don't want to. But if you want to, it's more like a feeling of a motivation or something like that. I want to do it, but are you willing to do it? And this is something that I learned yesterday, which is very important, because you have to know the difference between wanting something and you're willing to do something. So I want to be a rapper, but are you willing to be a rapper? I want to be a YouTuber, but are you willing to be a YouTuber? The difference is, if I want to be a YouTuber, right, I'm gonna have to be willing to be a YouTuber, because it's gonna be things that's come up with YouTube. It's gonna be things that come up in my life that's just gonna stop me from doing what I need to do. So, as far as that, I just basically clear my mind. Like, if I can't think, if I can't be relaxed, if everything I'm doing and I'm doing it while I'm stressed out, it's not gonna go well. But that's the difference between willing and wanting to, because sometimes when you don't have motivation, you have to do it anyway. Like if you're stressed out, sometimes you just take the 10 minutes and do what you have to do and get it done. Same thing with like streaming or YouTube or even making a video. Like before, like I had the chance to either think about making this video as being stressful, right? And I have to think about, well, I really don't know what I want to say. But every time I speak or I say something, it just feel like gibberish to myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if that's in a way, I still have to be willing to make a YouTube video to become a YouTuber. Because if I just want to do something, right, it's a difference. I'm trying to find the chapter so I can go more into depth for you guys. It was let me see. Like I said, I'm not gonna make it too long. I'm only trying to make it like just under 10 minutes. Let me see. Okay, so this is the chapter. I'm gonna read it to you. It's Maria Nemeth, PhD. It's The Energy of Money. It's a good book. So you can be willing to do something you don't want to do. You can have all sorts of options and opinions and distracting thoughts, and still be willing to take action when it's necessary. A pregnant woman does not want to go through the discomfort of childbirth, but she is willing. See, you may not want to balance your checkbook to the penny, and it may even seem pointless to do so if you haven't balanced it in years. But the true power of the hero is unleashed when you say, yes, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to take up in any area where I may have been asleep, including this one. You can have all kinds of opinions about why it would be possible for you to balance your checkbook, or why it might be unnecessary to go to a financial planner or create a will, and still be willing to do so. Just knowing that you are willing can energize you. This is the part. When I read this, it energized me, like exactly how she said it, because if you don't have the difference in your mind, then it's like, well, shit, I don't want to do this right now, right? And so if you think like that, well, I'm not motivated, then you give all these reasons of not why you're not wanting to do something. But the thing that how she said, she went deeper into the spiritual aspect, and that's why it motivates you more, because once you figure out, well, okay, I'm willing to do it, it it's a whole different perspective, and bro, it shapes it, like it makes it so different. So let's read a little bit more. Um, yes, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to wake up. Did I read this already? Okay, just knowing that you're willing can energize you. When you are willing, you can call upon something inside you that is enormously powerful and much larger than monkey mind. You can tap into the core of your being. For many of us, gaining access to the core is an empowering and sometimes spiritual experience. So, what she's about to explain is how psychologically we try to fix the problem, but not spiritually. So psychologically, we study, we analyze what we do, we look at the things that was put before us. I mean, how she breaks it down is so much better than what I'm. So let me just break it down a little bit more. Let me just go into a little bit more. So the power we tap into is much enormously powerful, much larger than a monkey mind. You tap into the core of your being. For many of us, gaining access to the core is an empowering and sometimes spiritual experience. And the more you operate from being willing rather than from surface complaints and nattering of the monkey mind, the more conscious you become and the greater the transformations you have in your relationships with money and your life. We all have witnessed or heard about inspiring stories of people who are willing to do what they don't want to do. One example for me is Margaret, a computer programmer living in Silicon Valley. She had a home with an extra bedroom and she rented it out to a friend. For months, she collected the rent and pocketed it under the table and went about her business. She decided not to tell her CPA about this arrangement because she didn't want to pay any extra to the IRS. One day after the You and Money course, she wrote me, Margaret, I didn't want to report the income, but I saw I could be willing to do what I didn't want to do. Something shifted inside me. I decided to report it after all because it seemed like the right thing to do. The strangest part of it is that after doing something simple calculations, my CPA determined that I actually get some income deductions by having this renter. I was going to get money back. By willing to do what I didn't want to do for fear of losing money, I actually made money. But even more important, the moment I became willing to clean up my money act, I began a big weight lifted off of me. Now it's clear to me that I'm willing to be financially successful with ease. So, breaking that down, she made more money by just telling IRS, "Hey, I was paying under the table. I was getting paid under the table." So when she reported the money to the IRS, she ended up making more money because, well, I don't know why exactly behind the taxes, but she ended up making more money, and so this fear of losing out on money basically stopped her from making more money. That's like the biggest root of it all. The fear of losing money stops you from making more money. That's like the same thing with my YouTube. Like, if I fear, okay, if I fear that I'm gonna lose out on my YouTube because it's not paying me at the moment, I'm probably missing out on much more money. Like, because if I grow this to be bigger than what this is, bigger than 10,000, I can make money consecutively way more than me going out doing DoorDash, doing Spark Driver. And plus, it's something that I generally like to do. Like, I like doing DoorDash and Spark Driver also. Don't get me wrong. It's just, this will bring in way more money, and this is something that I always imagined myself doing. I always was willing to do, right? Because my history of YouTube, bro, I've been posting on YouTube all the way since I was 13. I have never been really consistent, but I always been posting YouTube videos. Even as far as with my Call of Duty, as far as when I was playing Wizard 101, I always was posting, right? But I wanted to become a YouTuber. I didn't understand I was willing to become a YouTuber. See, this is what's motivating me right now, because since I'm willing, right, and I have the idea of being willing, right, because wanting something and then here comes something to knock it down, right? But if you're willing, you know that here comes something to throw you off your journey, throw you off your path. So this is why you constantly have to say, well, I can get through the tough times to get to the other side. You get what I'm saying? So just like Moses, but Moses is that's a shaky story, bro. Moses, he got angry and he missed out on his blessings. He missed out on the promised land because he got angry and he didn't listen to God. He wasn't paying attention. And this is what God constantly tells me to do every day. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. This is all I'm listening to my head. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Because when I don't pay attention, I lose out on money. Like, I can remember times where I wasn't paying attention when I was doing cryptocurrency trading, and I lost money just by misclicking a button. Like, you lose $30 just like that if you're not paying attention with cryptocurrency. That's why you have to pay attention and make sure what you are doing is what you want to do. Bottom line. But like I said, I wasn't gonna make this long. I appreciate y'all for listening, stopping by. Leave a like, subscribe, comment your favorite color, and shit. We out.